I feel majority of men
Yeah.
out there, they cannot pick or choose. They just have what they have. خلاص. They have to live with
they
it.
settle.
They
But,
either depressed.
but the thing is, at least you can, if you wanted to, chase after what you like, because that's socially accepted to chase after a woman or pursue a woman.
That's simping.
That's
It's
basically
not
simping.
simping, it's a pursuit.
It has to come. You just said it. It has to just come
Yeah.
naturally.
No,
You
but-
meet her, you
naturally.
But the
vibe.
thing is, every girl's going to make you pursue her a little bit. She's not going to immediately give it, but there's some level of pursuit. Whereas for women, we're not allowed to pursue men, and if you do pursue men, you're seen as like hoish or whatever it is. So the same thing. At least men is socially acceptable to pursue a woman. As a woman, it's not socially acceptable to pursue
They do
a
it in a
man.
different way.
Like,
There was another question from the audience,
yeah.
man or woman.
Yes.
When someone is not happy with their partner,
Mhm.
but they already have kids and they fell in love with someone else,
Right.
what do they do?
Firstly, you have to dissect why you fell in love with somebody else, because if you don't get there accidentally. There's something missing in that relationship, and there was obviously a message that you were saying to each other that wasn't being heard. So maybe over time the girl was saying, I want more quality time, I want you to spend more time with me, I want you to compliment me more, was not being heard. Maybe he was saying, I want you to cook more at house, I want you to be more homely, I want you to stay in more, wasn't being heard. So firstly, we need to understand what caused the love outside. Second thing I would say is, when you fall in love with somebody else, chances are you're not falling in love with somebody else. You're falling in love with a missing piece in your marriage. You might not be feeling loved or desired in your family, and somebody else makes you feel desired. Or you might not be feeling respected in your marriage, and somebody else makes you feel respected or listened to, whatever it is. You're not falling in love with that person. You're falling in love with the feeling they're providing you. And that person is not sufficient to, or is not a big enough package to leave your entire family for a feeling. So I would really dissect what's the cause. And unless it's abuse or something along those lines, I try and recommend people consolidate the reasoning behind it and go back to where they started, because you're going to start a new marriage. But if you don't fix the feeling issue, you're going to find yourself in the same pattern.
What do you think about a guy that has multiple wives? I told you I'm kicking it up a notch. Like,
I'm from Kashmir, so everybody I know has multiple wives.
So are they
what do
living
you
a
think
happy
about
life?
it from a
From whose perspective? Mom, dad. Do you know what I would
From
say?
your perspective.
From my perspective. From my perspective.
And your perspective.
My perspective, because it is something that is very familiar with my family. What I would say is that when you live in a home environment like Kashmir, which is collectivist, everybody lives together near each other, what happens is actually a beautiful experience. You end up having lots of siblings, your 2 mums and 3 mums, whatever it is, they're all in one house. I know. So they're all in one house. I know. And if the dad manages to be equal with the kids and stuff and is present, it can actually just lead to more love in one home. But that's an ideal scenario. The realistic scenario in this day and age is he is torn between 2 people and he has to live a double life. And the kids resent each other, the parents resent each other. It's far more hassle than it's worth. It's far, far more hassle than it's worth. So I'd say if you can do it in a collectivist society where everybody's in one home.
Each other, the wives.
I'm sure there must be loads that do. But you know, like where
I marry them at the same time, so they're all equal, you know?
Yeah, but because I remember my granddad had 2 wives, and I would remember he'd have a child from one mum and a child from the other mum. And as a kid, I would think, how did he do it? Like how did he? And I was so confused. I was like, 2 kids at once. And then I realized you can do simultaneously. I was so confused by it, because I used to think that you finish one woman and you start. But you know, the way when they grow up and they're so close, and it's so inspiring to see how beautiful his legacy has become. But I think it's subject to environment. And like I said, in Kashmir, the men are the men. They control the house. So therefore, they'll say, we're all living in one house. I'm providing for everybody. You're all brothers and sisters. But that's not the same kind of patriarchy. I know that's seen as an ugly word, but I don't have a problem with that word. It doesn't exist around the world. So when you're encouraging people from like middle of London to have 2, 3 wives, where the mum's going to scratch your cars every time you have a baby with somebody else, it's not practical.
So why a lot of feminism is just appearing out of nowhere nowadays?
That was like, you took the question right out of my mouth.
Oh, you two are cute.
I was going to ask you about feminism, and
what do you want to know?
Like, what are your take on?
Well, I think it's the
classical feminism and modern feminism.
Destructive, absolutely destructive. What it does is it teaches you as a woman that you your goal in life should be money, status, education, everything that can actually wait. And it tells you that what shouldn't be your focus is being married with kids and stuff like that. But biologically, it should be the other way around. Biologically, you need to get that out the way, and everything else can wait. But your eggs deplete, so everything else, education or work, work, all those being a boss, whatever it is. Your mom's got a business now, right?
Yeah.
And mashallah, at this age, she's got her business. That can all wait, but not having kids is a really soul-destroying process for women. And whenever you postpone or suggest an alternative to kids to women, they can enjoy their life for a little bit longer and longer. And there's so many distractions, you can enjoy it. But when you get to a certain age and stage, and all your friends are playing with their kids on the weekend, and everybody's asking, how's your kids? And you don't have them, you don't have a purpose then. You start to realize that you don't have a purpose, because when you die, there'll be nobody to carry your casket. And that's what you don't want. That's a really morbid way to end it.
Like,
that's like, you're gonna die, and you're gonna die. Yeah, sorry.
Feminism. What do you think about feminism? To death.
That's
gonna die
extreme.
alone, okay?
I know, but these are the things we lose foresight of the bigger picture. And the bigger picture is who is going to be there when you're getting sick. Your boss is going to replace you the day after your funeral. But your children, even more so than partners, whatever it is, children bring you a life, and they bring you a new lens to the world.
Like, what's the core
Of
like feminism? Like, why did it start?
you can't, you know what, it's difficult for me because I'm not a feminist. I'm not a feminist in the slightest. But the core was to kind of encourage equal rights. But from my perspective, the core was to kind of create two people that earn a living and tax two people. I just think it's corporate.
Feminism was made by men.
By Rothschild, right? Yeah, it's like to trick people into thinking that this is you working all day, every day, 9 to 5, and paying your bills, and then coming home and to cook and clean is the ideal way to live your life. And it really offends me more than anything when people try and suggest the Middle East oppresses women. I have never felt more like a princess than when I moved to Dubai. Like, I get them, you know what? Oh my goodness. Dubai, as a woman, it's like you're a queen. I now can't be in London again, because in London they treat women like trash. It's absolute trash. You're treated like you're just a spare part. In Dubai, you're treated like a princess everywhere you go. Hello, ma'am. Let me open the door for you. Let me get your bag for you. This, that, and the other. Free shisha these days. Free the ladies' nights. Free. You're a woman. You have such a privilege in Dubai. I literally feel like I can pretty much. I'll talk to even if I was with a guy friend or whatever it is, and we need to get something. I'll be like, I'll talk to them. Even if it's the police, I'll say, I'll talk to them. Because it's that level of, you're a sister. You are my sister. The police will talk to you like you're my sister.
Like you're my sister. Mom, like
everything. They talk to you like they're your sister. They're like, okay, you know, and especially Dubai police, they really do. I mean, I'm always getting fines or something like that, and the police will talk to me like I'm their daughter or their sister. It's incredible. Yeah, praise be to God.
Interesting.
Yeah, alhamdulillah.
And this brings me to a follow-up question. Do you feel now, in this day and age, is it harder to be a man or woman?
Everyone wants to answer.
No, I feel like it's hard to be happy for both. I really do think it's
that went deep, bro.
Yeah.
There's not even men and women. It's hard to be happy.
I was trying to steer the pot a little bit.
Like, everyone's depressed now. It's hard to be happy.
I'm really not a divisive person. I really don't like to be like men versus women. I genuinely believe it's entirely almost verging on impossible to become happy. And the reason being is because when we have conversations, men versus women, it keeps men and women a little bit apart. And the key to happiness is creating them together. And the more we push them apart, it becomes difficult to become either, because a man needs a woman and a woman needs a man. And without each of those, it becomes difficult to fulfill your potential. So I don't think it's harder for men or women. I think it's harder when you don't realize how much you need each other. That's what makes life hard. When men don't realize they need women and women don't realize they need men, you will end up having a hard life. But the moment you submit to your natural desires, and I say, I need a man, I don't want to do this anymore, I need a man to help me. And a man says, I don't want to iron, I was going to say, I don't want to iron my own clothes. Because obviously but in my culture, like, you know, we don't let a man iron his own clothes or pick up his own shoes even. I've never seen
in our culture, we don't let a woman pay for anything.
Exactly.
We let her live happy. Everything she wants, we provide for them. It's just how we do it here.
Exactly. Alhamdulillah, mashallah, girls, are you listening? This guy won't let you pay for a thing. So this is what you got to remember. Yeah, but that's the thing in my family. It's like the moment you realize you're so codependent is a moment you feel safe and you can explore the world in a happy way. But when you fight that urge to love each other, you're going to exist in this world as like a stranger. You're not going to feel like you have a home. So I feel like both men and women who haven't accepted that they need each other have it hard. Whereas those men and women who accept that they need and rely and codependent on each other have it easy.
Although I agree with you, but I still feel like
men have it harder.
Yeah. Because a lot of guys nowadays.
But do you get pregnant? One question: do you get pregnant?
I don't get pregnant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm talking other than the pregnancy.
Pressure-wise.
pressure-wise, a lot of guys go through life being invisible till the day they die.
Okay, yeah, because
And
they're
no respect, nothing. A woman can just show up and then you have people do
I know,
stuff.
but I also think
That's
with
so
men,
true.
there's a little bit more. You can
Isn't-
choose if you're invisible. If I was a man, I could totally choose. I'm not saying it's easy. I think it's really difficult, but you can choose your body at least. You can. I know you can't be tall or short, but you can get into shape and you can almost create whatever body you want. You can choose like what kind of part. Again, it's not easy to become successful, but you can somewhat work towards it. With women, you are handed a few cards, and your value still determines by your looks. No matter how caring you are, no matter how funny you are, no matter how intelligent you are, when you're not beautiful, you are somewhat invisible. And there's not much you can do about that.
not really invisible. You could just go out in the night out, put a bit of makeup, bam.
But you could also go on a night out and be surrounded by beautiful women and feel like you don't exist.
But these beautiful women will pick the guy they want.
And you're left with the leftovers as the ugly girl. Are you not embarrassed?
These beautiful women will pick who do they want.
And what about the ugly woman?
Even the ugly woman will pick who they want.
They'll pick the guy that has tried every girl that he's liked but doesn't want to go home alone, and then comes to you and she's like, okay,
but she still get attention,
but
and she can still reject that
but you've
guy.
got to remember something. Women don't value attention, they value investment. And when you're not an attractive woman, men do not invest in you the same way. So they won't take you to the nice places. They won't say, oh, let me look after you. They'll say to you, I'll sleep with you because I'm desperate. So what I get, men, you know, they won't say it to you, but they make you feel that way. So I get women get more attention, but why are we measuring men and women on attention? Men and women should be measured by investment. We don't care about attention. What's attention? I need investment. Give money. No, I'm joking. No, I mean investment.
Is it money, right?
No, it's not money. I'll be honest, it's not money at all. It's literally just time and energy. So money is a consequence of time and energy. So once you start investing time, you're calling me, you're texting me, you're spending time with me, you're coming to see me, whatever it is, that's an investment. And then it becomes financial, whatever it is, some form of investment. Now, unattractive women may get attention if that's what you want to believe. I don't believe they do get attention, but I think if that's what you guys want to believe, but do they get investment? I know a guy that will take one beautiful girl to the best restaurant, Nusret, this, that, and the other, and the same guy will take another girl, come over, but you better leave in 45 minutes. Yani, what's easier? Yeah, I know, but you know, I've got work at 3 a.m. so make sure you leave by then. It's like this nonsense.
Because it's the same thing with girls, and with girls it's easier for them. They have a lot of options.
Not better.
Like bam,
they have a lot of options.
This switch guy.
They have a lot of options to get used by lots of men, not invested by.
They use them.
For what?
For their money, for their time.
Not if you're not pretty.
For their attention.
But not if you're not pretty.
But every girl could be pretty nowadays. Go to the gym, work out.
But that's if they got money.
Put some makeup.
They got money.
You don't need to get money to work out.
Yeah, you just need a face app, or you just need like some kind of a filter.
Let's go run outside. That's it.
Run outside. Yeah, that's true. But you know, you guys, you know what it is. I'll be honest, because you guys were born and raised in Dubai, and then your home is Lebanon. You are used to women being stunning, because in Dubai, women are. I've never seen an ugly woman. No, I don't think I've seen an ugly woman. Whereas when you go to London, honey, trust me, it's a rude awakening. You will see, or when you go to Alabama, you will see.
Shaking his head.
You will see actually unattractive women, and you will look at them and you realize, actually, you know what? It's hard for you.
Yeah, it's not for me to judge. I only lived in Dubai.
Yes, you guys are skewed.
I traveled
Dubai is the most beautiful women you'll ever see. I've not seen an average-looking woman since I've been here. I'm not seeing one. And then when I go back to London, I'm like, oh, a crackhead everywhere. So that's why I would say you don't know what it's like. Can I say that? Can I say that? Yeah, so that's why I would say you guys don't know what it's like being an ugly woman. It's actually genuinely really hard, because you're surrounded, at least with being an unattractive man, you don't open your phone and see beautiful men all day, every day. You just see beautiful women. When women open their phones, perfect bodies, gym, tan, stunning, makeup, all day, every day, a reminder of what other women look like. And that's not easy as an unattractive woman.
I never thought about it.
Welcome to my course on masculinity. And in this course, not only will I I be able to completely transform your understanding of women. But on a more personal level, you will enhance your self-esteem, self-respect, and your boundaries. The goal of this course is to take a man that has absolutely fantastic intentions, wants to find love, wants to commit, wants to have a good, healthy relationship, but is finding that he's constantly running into women who are narcissistic, who are disrespectful, who are disloyal. Now, if you are finding that continuously, then there must be something in your engagement with women that is causing this. What my course will do is look at where this problem comes from, how to resolve it, how to communicate effectively with men and women, and how to command respect. Most importantly, how to improve your self-respect. And throughout the course, you'll be given interactive sessions, but with course materials to help you channel and journal your learning. So if you are interested in becoming the most masculine version of yourself, join today.